We salute you, Commander. You have shown professionalism. We thank you for every bit of the work that we embarked on. Very exciting, colorful demonstration, which some of us believe will be translated in the second round to see our club play so colorfully and so exciting to endear themselves to the hearts of every Hearts of Oak supporter. Besides, let me also congratulate the media that is present here for your wonderful attendance. You followed us through the demonstration up until this press statement. Having done so, I now go on into the press statement of concerned supporters and shareholders.
I just a course of Fourth Republic here, and then of course be at which and I drink radio so MP4 Ekasa and this focus. We be at me Casa football, so just a Ghana will be a football, be a coach now. And there has a folk for ATS about team, say supporters no. Some ATS about team cry, you check a cry, they tray, or more ball chama, or a two-way after that. The more can I say, I'm no more and Kui and Famatino, until two women rabonting, now better channel name poor, almost a moon pet, but he say, Odote, honorable, and after so larger can be, or more and almost say, a class of folk, Zia crank of crank of your ball crampono. Now, you see, because I say, and I said the air course, yes, I say, now players, no more the pressure air to two players, no so more bobo under pressure. What I say, NJBA, Ghana Lake, and a besha say, Timoquedum, so you say, and I guess I'm more hard players, no. Nippany Bivi Kumasi Koboy, a bass, and then your no movie Kumasi Koboy, a friend crans also, but doing also on crying, also a boy, Kobe Jones, and then coping for a bow, Kumsi, and I did Uniano, a demonstration, the thing, so more say, or may has to folk ye. A global sports today, yes, so their course will be an more than saying mouse with whom they say Mediano, a coy, and the permanent being for no one can come on near who the way forward of our craft for a global sports. What has been the lucky page, you know? Now, subscribe, 9 months of our conquering, and has to folk never say die until the bones are rolled.
We salute you, Commander. You have shown professionalism. We thank you for every bit of the work that we embarked on. Very exciting, colorful demonstration, which some of us believe will be translated in the second round to see our club play so colorfully and so exciting to endear themselves to the hearts of every Hearts of Oak supporter. Besides, let me also congratulate the media that is present here for your wonderful attendance. You followed us through the demonstration up until this press statement. Having done so, I now go on into the press statement of concerned supporters and shareholders. Today, a cross-section of supporters and shareholders of Accra Asofo have embarked on an exciting demonstration to express our frustration at the deplorable state of our club under the management of Strategic African Securities, the majority shareholders of the club. In the next few days, the second round of the Ghana Premier League GPL will commence. Sequel to that, the board has made certain appointments which we all pray will prove to be beneficial rather than worsen our current placing in the league standing. A new coach, Abubakar Watara, and a new managing director, Dr. Delali Anku Etiama, or Etiam, I don't know. Maybe forgive me if I spelled your name wrong. We welcome them to office and assure them of our fullest However, we need not emphasize to them that this is a club whose supporters demand high performance and will not exchange that for nothing. Now, in line with today's demonstration, and to help put our frustrations and grievances in perspective, it is important to highlight the lofty standards from which we have plummeted. Ghana House of Folk has always been a powerhouse in Ghana and on the continent. Winners of the first league organized in Ghana and 21 times Ghanaian champions. We are also on record 11 times winners of the FA Cup. As you all know, we are the only club to have won the league 6 straight times: 1997, 1998, 1999, 2000, 2001, and 2002. 6 straight league triumphs. Even in the particularly difficult decade of the 1980s, we managed to win the league back-to-back in 1984 and 1985, as well as reach the semi-finals of the African Cup Winners' Cup in 1982. By our high standards, these achievements were considered so abysmal that it led to 2 major shakeups in the club: the sacking of the board by the Council of Patrons and the sacking of almost the entire regular squad, including 6 Black Stars players in 1986. We are also twice runners-up of African Champions League in 1997, 1977, and 1979, and champions in the year 2000. Having followed our 2000 Champions League triumph with the African Super Cup in 2001, we joined the very few clubs on the continent to have won all the continental trophies on offer when we pulled the chestnut out of the blazing fire by defeating our arch-rivals Kumasi Asante Kotoko in their Kumasi Fortress, Babayara Sports Stadium, to win the maiden edition of CAF Confederations Cup in 2004. We won the league 8 times out of 10 from 1997 to 2007, and again in 2009, our league conquest before the SAS take over 2 years later. It is from this height of achievements that strategic African securities took over, and House of Folk has since been hardly recognizable. Our glorious club, under the current board and its so-called management, has managed only 1 league triumph, that is in 2021, in 13 years. If this is not abysmal, we do not know what else is. It has been heartache after heartache and sacking of coaches in rapid succession amidst the hiring and firing of managing directors, some of them of dubious football background. While our competitors during our best years were a Kumasi Asante Kotoko side, solid enough to reach 2 continental finals within 2 years, and a highly resourced Asante Gold then, House of Folk have a relatively weak protocol these days, and others to contend with in the SAS era. Yet, we have struggled to hold our own against them. Without disrespect to these clubs, Ghpage United, Ghpage, Mediama, and Aduana, all have had better cumulative records than House of Folk over the last 13 years. Our management loses matches casually without regard for its psychological effect on the fans. And when the supporters complain, board members tell them to quit the club if they cannot bear the losses. On 2 occasions, we narrowly escaped relegation and are currently on our way to a possible repeat of the relegation scare. Indeed, is the number one reason for today's demonstration. We are calling on the board chairman, His Royal Highness Ghpage Afede the 14th, and the newly appointed managing director to take every measure necessary to ensure that House of Folk return to winning ways. We need to wake up and attend our marches assured of victory and not scared of defeat, as it has become the norm nowadays. Secondly, we wish to call on the board chairman to honor his word by dissolving him alone. The reason is that at the last AGM, the board chairman assured us, when some of us suggested that the entire board should stand down that day, the board chairman explained why it cannot be so, because we are late in preparation of the gross accounts to meet the calendar year of 2022-2023, and therefore, if the board should be dissolved, he alone will be standing to prepare the accounts. In view of that, he pleaded that we allow the board to be in place till February 2024, when he will be calling for the AGM for a new board to be introduced. Technically speaking, this February promise has elapsed, and therefore we deem the old board as having been dissolved. And we expect that any day in March, as has been promised, we will go and witness a new set of board of directors for shareholders to approve or elect them. And that is why I said that by the promise of the board chairman at the last AGM, the current board stands dissolved. And that is why we are sending this petition to him as majority shareholder and the most powerful person in the crowd. We recognize that, and we salute him for that, and we respect him for that. This petition is going to him directly, and we are routing it through the NCC, who are the overall supporting executive. From here, we fold it and hand it over to the NCC representatives here for onward delivery to the board chairman. Concerned supporters and shareholders of Accra Growth Sporting Club Limited, the board chairman, through the National Champions Committee petition. Number one, we urge the board chairman to go by his way of retiring the already tired moribund board and appoint fresh ones for renewed energy on the board. Number two, in considering the appointment of the new board, the minority shareholders should also be invited to propose for a slot or two, depending on the total number proposed. Number three, the National Chapters Committee should also have their slot returned to them on the new board to restore dignity and importance of this key organ of the club. We urge the new board and management, not the old board. We urge the new board and management and the NCC to form a joint committee tasked purposely to come up with innovative ways to get our many supporters make a direct monthly contributions to the club. Supporters are prepared to do so depending on the mode and its transparency. We asked the board chairman, number 5, we asked the board chairman to quickly act on the rights issue to inject more capital into the club. Number 6, beyond the above, we ask that we go further beyond the right issue to float yet fresh shares worth about 300 million Ghana cedis, as proposed and was adopted at the 2018 shareholders meeting. I proposed for that amount and it was seconded. It should reflect in the minutes of the 2018 AGM. These are in line with an attempt to address the shortfall of revenue in the running of the day-to-day activities of the club. We summarize that The over-reliance on SAS loans and its cumulative 24% annual interest is not healthy for the club in the long run. Every measure must be taken to halt this unhealthy policy. Number 8, we advise that technical staff must be appointed to monitor good quality players with resellable value to be the focus of our recruitment policy. Number 9, we reckon that 2 million Ghana cedis cumulative